was die mooiste mooi vir my. Tot in jou vlaktes waar ek al my drome kry. Tot in jou berge, jou riviere, waterstrome, bekoor jy my. Ek kan vir altyd net hier na jou skoonheid staan. Want waar het ek ooit so iets gewaar? Jy's beautiful verby vir my. Dis hier by jou waar ek wil bly. Suid-Afrika, jy's my mooiste land. Suid-Afrika, ja dis jy wat my dra. Maar wat het geword van ons reënboognasie? Wat hande so vat en saam so staan. Suid-Afrika, ja ons sien in die trane. Suid-Afrika, wat rou jou wange? Wanneer sal ons leer dat ons mense, ons maak jou sien? Daar is so baie wat ek jou wil vra. Gaan ons betaal vir letsels wat jy dra? Ek weet die plan was nooit dat ons so moet beklei my land, maar sê vir my. Ek weet dis baie lang van die hoes verby. Jou kop hang zwaar my land, maar sê toch nie vir my. Wat kan van jou word my land? Suid-Afrika, jy's my mooiste land. Suid-Afrika, ja dis jy wat my dra. Maar wat het geword van ons reënboognasie? Wat hande so vat en saam so staan. Suid-Afrika, ja ons sien in die trane. Suid-Afrika, wat rou oor jou wange? Wanneer sal ons leer dat ons mense, ons maak jou sien? Dit is tyd dat ons moet hande vat en op ons knieën neerval en vrouwe God, kom red ons land. Suid-Afrika, jy's my mooiste land. Suid-Afrika, ja dis jy wat my dra. Maar wat het geword van ons reënboognasie? Wat hande so vat en saam so staan. Suid-Afrika, ja ons sien die trane. Suid-Afrika, wat rou oor jou wange? Wanneer sal ons leer dat ons mense, ons maak jou sien? Wanneer sal ons leer dat ons mense, ons maak jou sien? Suid-Afrika.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
Friday, September 13th. Wow, it looks like I'm wearing a green screen on my chest with the beard and the black shirt here. Welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I have got some other things going on that require my attention. However, for my audience, I've come, particularly on this day when huge news out of South Africa, what with the BELA bill being signed, with the DA caving on the BELA bill, which we expect, and really can't, what else were they going to do? And with the DA sacking Renaldo going on today, all of that happening, I have other responsibilities and had not personal bad news, but some horrific news last night that I'm dealing with for veterans. And I may very well have to take a phone call. I called someone earlier this morning who's researching something for me. It's taken some time. Hopefully I'll hear back from them. It may occur during this broadcast. Should it occur during this broadcast, I will take the phone call. Put the mic on mute, see if it will take long. If it will take long, I'll come back to the camera and let you know that we'll have to postpone until later. But anyway, that's the situation. I'm letting you know up front. I don't want to hear anyone say, oh, I started talking about these topics and then they went off the air. Why do you do that? Well, because I have bigger fish to fry. And there's the bigger fish to fry. I've been waiting 2 hours for this. Hang on a second. All right, folks. Sorry about that. Are you all still here? Very sorry about that. I had to deal with that. That was critically important. It was better news than I expected, which is good. Better news than Renaldo got. That's for darn sure. I have to send somebody a voice note very quickly here. Let me do that very quickly. Just a second. Give me a second here. All right, folks. You got my attention again. If my phone rings, it's because I've expect. Well, that was scary. Sorry about that. I hit the camera. Woo! Multitasking. Amazon, could you do that? Or not Amazon. Blah, 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 blah. Microsoft. All right, let me get to the chat and say hello to everybody. Then we'll get into today's topics. Paulie, the brains behind the operation, shows up first. Gus is here. Hester Ants. George Steinberg in from Heckport. James Bowie. Lee Lowe. Charmaine is here. Debbie says Tsek DA. Gina Mullman. It's me again. John Jarvis, welcome to you, John, fellow veteran. Salute out to you, brother. By the way, John, I have to say that you've been a very productive and helpful contributor in chat of late, and I thank you for that. And also, you've had some very insightful comments on my videos, so I throw that out to John. We haven't always seen eye to eye in the past. That's why it's nice to be able to say that. Gavin says DA's crumbling. They're spineless. So will Renaldo return to his old job? No, his old job was DA ward counselor. They're not going to send him back there. He's being kicked out of the DA, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know that for a fact. It was hard to determine. The DA's press release is lame. It's ridiculous. I wrote a very simple comment on their press release. I said, "What are the charges? I mean, what's parts of the Constitution did he violate?" Because they didn't tell us. And then some racist comes on there and attacks me and accuses me of being a racist, called me a racist cunt. You racist cunt. That's what he said, trying to be funny. I'm racist because I asked the DA, who didn't tell us what the determination was. They just said he contravened the Constitution. And I said, where? What parts of the Constitution? That's all. That's fair. That's what a transparent political party would do, not simply release a blanket statement and say, well, we fired a guy because he broke our rules. What rules did he break? But the intellect of people on Twitter is questionable. I have to tell you that. So many people on Twitter. Garrett is here. Garrett, what's going on? What's up? And Pablo Charlie says, stream, and I'm here for it. Good to see you then. Please, what is this? Love my little house. Oh, are you talking about your avatar icon? Lee, that is a moai. The moai are the carved out of basalt stone from lava flows on Easter Island that the inhabitants of Easter Island carved in. That's my phone. I have it on. They have the notifications on. I always have it on silent. So I'm sorry if that disturbs people, but I have to do that because of what's going on today, unrelated to this broadcast. So the moai were built to worship their ancestors, and they're cool. When folks first rocked up on Easter Island, like, what are these big stone statues? It's really cool. The story of Easter Island is amazing. It's one of tragedy, but also one of really interesting history. And so the moai is what you got there. So you got that to the next level, Lee. Thank you for that. Gavin Comer, Chris Stanley, say, hey, Chris, how you doing? Good to see you again. Welcome back. Again, folks, I have a day job, and actually what I was doing isn't my day job. It's what I do as a volunteer. I volunteer as the chairman of the board of a $1 million a year, 20 million Rand business, essentially. But that's not what I want to do. I don't want to be in charge of that. I want to lead the veterans and do veterans events, but that comes with it. So that's what this is about. We're in severe financial distress owing to a number of factors that long predate my role as the commander of the post. And I'm dealing with issues coming back from 5, 6, 7 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when people failed or this, that, and the other. And it's a desperate situation because it's a whole very complicated situation. So I'm dealing with that as well. But Kristen, it's good to see you again. Welcome, 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 welcome. Monrey Siebritz, Alan Kutz, Rudolf Stoltz says, die Tijd wat ik via de DEA on Freedom from Plus gestemd het is now voorbij. Ooh, wow. Rudolph says the time to support the DA and the Freedom from Plus is past us now. Well, that may be very true for some folks. BMW. What's going on with BMW? Debbie says, yeah, I went, oh, you like the haircut? Dead sexy. Hey, Chris, if that's the Chris I think it is, yeah, you can get me back on the program now. I mean, this is dead sexy, right? The hair's under control. The beard is shorter than it's been at any point since probably April of 2020, actually. Dirk DePrier loves the haircut. You're welcome. Or not welcome, but thank you for that, I should say. I'm welcome, thank you. And handsome man. Well, thank you. Thank you, Dirk. Debbie says, please hit the like button. Freelance Kate, Claudette Birkett. Please be patient, folks. I'm going to get to the topics you want to hear about just a moment here. No matter, justice will not happen, says Lee. Correct. They sealed their fate. They should be calling out the ANC people as well. Yep. Can anyone hear anything? Nobody can hear anything, Freelance Kate. I was taking a phone call. Hopefully you can hear now. Okay. If you can't hear now, you need to let me know. Can you hear me now? Colonel White, shocked to hear about Renaldo, says Sue Walsh. Yeah, I think some of us are. Does the DA have no scruples? Well, Michael, they'll claim they do, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Sharp as a tack, old man, says Garrett. Well, thank you. That the D are an anti-white, anti-Christian party, in my opinion. Well, it certainly seems that way, doesn't it? Which is ironic because the media portrays them as a white party, the party of whites, the party of oppression, the party of apartheid, when there are more people in the ANC who were part of the National Party than in the DA. Anyway, Antisocial, welcome back to you. Val Cooper, Sloth Puppy. You're amazing with all the things you're involved in and still make time for us. It's appreciated. Well, thank you, Sloth Puppy. Yeah, I also have to make my way in the world. Now, to be fair, I have a sufficient, I don't want to say good or generous, but a sufficient income from my 40 years of military service that allows me the flexibility to pay for all the cost of flying to South Africa to cover events like the election, which I didn't make any money. To be fair, though, we did have a good month. When I was in South Africa that month, I got from YouTube about $970. That's the most I've gotten in the channel in over a year. I don't get anywhere near that. Usually I get 1/3 or less of that every month because of people's generous super chats and the ad revenue coming in all the videos I did. So, but that didn't offset the thousands of dollars that I paid to go to South Africa. But truth, honesty, discourse, these are things that matter. These are things that people must discuss. And people must push back against the New World Order stooges, against the extreme right lunatics, against the extreme left lunatics, against the bigots, against the racists, against the fascists, against totalitarians, against socialists and communists in general, none of whom are worthy of leadership or control of anything on this planet. They're all dangerous people. And so we must fight back. Someone must fight back. And for now, I have that opportunity to do that. So that's what I'm doing. Pablo Charlie, welcome to you again. Debbie says, lame DA. ANC and DA have the same paymasters. You have to wonder. Lee says, wow, how? How what? Lee, I'm sorry, I missed it. How what? DA has no footing to fire Renaldo. Well, Chris Ehlers, I think you're correct, but we'll see. Courtney's just given a super chat. Enough with the haircut. Shave the stupid beard. Listen, Courtney and Paulie better quit coordinating their chats. Stop it. Lee says, that's me now. Val Cooper says, good question. On what grounds? Yeah. Boggles mind. Well, I don't know the grounds because the DA does not provide the information. Their website doesn't tell us why they fired him. They just say contravene the rules. Well, Helen Zilla contravened the rules. She brought disrepute on the party, according to the media, when she said colonialism brought good things to South Africa. Remember that? Remember that controversy? Why wasn't she kicked out? Frankly, I wouldn't argue for her to be kicked out, and I wouldn't argue for Renaldo to be kicked out. But she said it as a senior person in the Democratic Alliance, not as a youthful person who said it 15 years ago when they weren't even in politics and didn't even say anything wrong. Anyway, so didn't vote DA, never was a member, just like to stir, says Chris. That's fine. Courtney says, nice. Okay, got that. He must have super chatted because I didn't see it. Hair looks good, says Chris. Well, thank you very much, Chris. Courtney, I need to see clean-shaven Colonel, says Courtney. What happened to Renaldo? We're going to get to that in just a moment. Diane McMeekin, light rain, trimming your beard, insulation before winter seems counterintuitive. Now it makes sense. The D is bending the and getting rid of the white. Is Renaldo now going to show his face on YouTube again? Unlikely, Alan. Remember that he currently is facing a lawsuit brought about by the South African Captured Human Rights Commission, taking him to court over a non-existent crime. And, of course, he has to defend himself. So going on the social media would be counterproductive, kind of like Ramon Cabanach did, and posting a mea culpa and then getting fined and being asked to resign. Yeah, no, he needs to stay off of social media for now. All right, very complimentary look, Chris. Glad you found the time yesterday. Yeah, well, I did that on top of everything else I did yesterday. I got home at 11 o'clock last night. Our veterans meetings start at 5:30. We have a board meeting. Then we have a home association meeting, which is for the canteen. And then we have a veterans meeting, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. And last night we also had an inspection from our district. And as a consequence, I didn't get home till 11 o'clock last night dealing with the issues we had going on. So to all the people here, you are awesome, says Lee. I can say that without Afrikaners, this country would not be industrialized. I'm not white, so people can't call me racist. Dumb rule, but we have to accept it apparently. Well, Pablo Charlie, that's the first time I think you've shared your skin pigmentation. That's your prerogative. Thank you for sharing it. And you're right. People should not be dealing with skin color. It's ridiculous. Shane Michelle, DA has shown their true colors, all power hungry, pathetic politicians, not public service. Lee is super awesome, according to Charmaine. What's the left-handed bricklayer? I have no idea. What is that? Some sort of joke I don't get. And again, I supported OHM, have caught DA in way too many lies, says Sean. Yeah, but Sean, you're gonna need to draw millions of people, not 8,000 people. They got 8,000 votes, I think it was, something like that. You were putting out content at 2 a.m. in the morning, Chris. Busy. Oh yeah, I forgot about that, Debbie. Yeah, that's right. I was not just putting out content. I was live broadcasting 12 hours ago. Well, 13 hours ago. Yeah, because it's almost 12 hours ago. Yeah, I forgot about that. I didn't go to bed till 3 a.m. and I was up at 6. So I'm a little punchy here now. Just a little punchy. Anyway, yeah, looking good. Okay, let's get to the stories here, folks. I've got a poll up there. I'll probably do a couple polls in this broadcast. Let me see how many people say give me a break. 8%. Okay, that's fair. Okay. That's why I left that option there. So you had a third option. The DA is trying. Okay. And that's fine. Then I see about polls. It's anonymous. We know nobody will know what you voted. That's your prerogative. All right, let's get to the news, folks. First off, let me get to this. Okay, hang on a second. I deleted it, so I've got to go back to it now. I got to go back to it. So, DA. Hang on a second here. Come on, where are they at? Democratic Alliance. There we go. Our DA. I always forget their thing. So there it is. Show more. Okay, so let's start with the Renaldo story. Okay, we'll do the BELA bill later on, but I know people want to hear the Renaldo story. So let's deal with that. For all I know, Renaldo might even be lurking in the background listening. I see Chris Sten is here. There's probably a few of the hate-wanking racist and black supremacists here, lunatic white leftist liberals, and maybe even a few extreme right, racists who want to hear what's going to be said. I don't know if you're there, but just don't be rude, and you're welcome to stay. All right, let's get into it. So this came out at 9:34 my time this morning, which would be now a little less than 3 hours ago. I responded to it within an hour, producing a video on the situation, my initial analysis feedback. So that's welcome to be criticized. If you want to criticize what I said, you're welcome to do that. Some people already have. It is your prerogative, but it is my commentary and my analysis. I find it fascinating that people tell me I'm wrong. You know what you're telling me? You're talking about nonsense. No, not that video, but when I do one of these videos, I'm giving you analysis, the product of 40 years of experience as a professional with multiple postgraduate degrees, an intelligence community member who worked around the world, who speaks 6 languages, who has postgraduate studies in community and regional planning, in cultural anthropology, in international political economy, in international relations, in national security strategy and policy, who's taught at undergraduate and postgraduate. I'm not just some dude who fell off the back of a turnip truck. So first off, don't be disrespectful if you don't agree with what I say. Tell me why you don't disagree. Don't be an ass. You're welcome to do that. And I'll listen. And I'll respond. There's a gentleman who said I inferred something about him, that he was a troll. Well, his comments were off base, so he's assuming I inferred that. I didn't state that. But fair enough. He can say that. He can imply that I inferred. That's his prerogative. And I gave him a very cogent response this morning. Took time. That's on top of everything I did. So but people are welcome to respond. But when you pop on here and you go, who the F are you to talk about South Africa? You really have no credibility. And you really think anybody's listening to you? All right, so Renaldo Gouws. This is what the post was this morning on the former Twitter, now X. I still call it Twitter. On X. I hate that. Sounds like a porn site. Hey, on OnlyFans and X tonight, you can see my nipples. No. Good God. All right, so let's go to Twitter. So the Democratic Alliance can confirm that the party's federal executive has unanimously resolved to terminate Mr. Renaldo Gouws' membership. Well, first off, they don't call him MP. That's just rude and disrespectful. He may no longer be an MP, but he was when they made the decision. Mr. Gouws has been formally informed of this decision. He therefore forfeits his DA seat in Parliament. Now, it doesn't say he's kicked out of the DA, okay? Oh, no, membership. He has membership of the party, so he's kicked out of the party, excuse me. And there's a link to it, and I'll take you to that. This decision follows a thorough investigation conducted by the DA's Federal Legal Commission into the allegations against Mr. Gouws. The FLC found him guilty of contravening several sections of the DA's constitution. The DA remains committed to upholding its values of accountability, non-racialism, and respect for all South Africans. Well, I would take issue with that because this post, okay, that's fine. It's on Twitter. You only get so many characters. I get that. So they don't tell us what the sections are or what they did. So they're not disrespecting South Africans, and they are not violating their concept of accountability about this post. However, their press release does exactly that. Let's go to the DA's press release. The Democratic Alliance press release 13 September on Friday, the 13th of all days. Here you go. The DA terminates Renaldo Gouws' membership following FedEx decision. This by Willie Ocamp. MP. The Democratic Alliance can confirm that the party's federal executive has unanimously resolved to terminate Mr. Renaldo Gouws' membership. Mr. Gouws has been formally informed of the decision. He therefore forfeits his Democratic Alliance seat in Parliament. The decision followed. It's exactly what the tweet said. There's no mention of what sections of their constitution he violated. None. So that tells me that they don't respect South Africans. There's no mention that there will be further information forthcoming. What they've done is they've put up an opaque wall. The DA gets things done. Yeah, they hide things. What sections did he violate? I'm not saying he didn't violate their constitution. I'm not saying he didn't defend their sensibilities. I'm not saying Renaldo's right. Not in this case. Not saying he's wrong. What I'm saying is the DA is full of crap. We upholding our values of accountability. There's no accountability here whatsoever. No transparency. You owe to the public a response. You owe to the public response for the following reason. You vetted Renaldo Gouws to be a member of parliament. You rated him. You selected him, not the voters of South Africa, not me, not my viewers. You, the Democratic Alliance, you selected him. You knew who he was. You know who he is. You know what he said. You know what he didn't say. And this is BS. You know that this video was brought up in a South African News reported documentary about disgruntled South African YouTubers in 2012. And they showed segments of the video in question. Not the profanity, but the rest. When they interviewed Renaldo and black and colored YouTubers in 2012. And again, when they tried to blackmail Renaldo in 2019. This video was discussed again in the press. This is not news. If you didn't know that from 2019, if you didn't know that from 2012 and took exception, then you are useless, spineless, idiotic morons whose vetting process is worth nothing. The vetting process of the Democratic Alliance is worth 40 South African cents at best. The failure here is not Renaldo Gouws. The failure here is the Democratic Alliance. And I'm going to get some viewers, you're coming down. No, I'm not coming down on them. I'm holding them accountable. I'm holding the DA accountable. If you have reason to suspend Renaldo Gouws and kick him out of the party that he served faithfully and loyally, he's done more for your shit party. Well, that wasn't fair. I called them shit. Well, done more for your party than most of your people. He's certainly done more than Natasha Mazoda has done to promote your party. That's for damn sure. He's defended your party when your party's done indefensible things. Made stupid statements. He's defended endlessly. He's defended Helen Zille, John Steenhuisen, even Natasha Mazoda. You must be held accountable to the Democratic Alliance. This isn't news. I'm not a South African. I know about the video. I know about 2019 when I wasn't even doing this on social media. How the hell do you not know that? But see, there's the rub. The DA did know about it. The DA did know about Renaldo's videos. The DA did know that there's no smoke there. There's no flames. There's smoke. There's nothing there. It's BS. The DA does know that the video was altered and edited to present it in a fashion, but they are moral cowards. Moral cowards. That's the bottom line here. Now, this is not an anti-DA rant. This is an accountability rant for the Democratic Alliance. They must be held to account. They talk about accountability. If they hadn't said that, I wouldn't be going off on this right now. Don't lie to the people. The DA remains committed to upholding its values of accountability, non-racialism, respect for all South Africans. You disrespect South Africans with this. You must be held accountable. You think this is over? Oh my goodness. You think this is over, DA, because you've kicked Renaldo to the curb? No, you're morons. Now the piling on comes on. Now the media dumps on the DA. Now your leadership will be affected and we'll see a change coming. Good Lord. Unbelievable. You must be held to account. You must tell us why he was kicked out of the party. Also, at Paulie's membership, thank you, Paulie. Also, in this terse, disrespectful, which they don't call him an MP, inconsiderate, rude, disgraceful press release, there's no mention of Renaldo Gouws thanking him for his years of dedicated service, his time, his donations, what he did for his ward in Nelson Mandela Bay. No, just he's terminated. Talk about disloyalty. Talk about, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't join a political party that behave this way. This is why I criticize the Republican Party here in Pennsylvania, because of their nefarious conduct in the election I just ran in. Disloyal, dishonest, underhanded, and dirty. That's what happened here. And that's why I criticize the Republican Party. The DA believes in accountability. Really? Really? Where's the accountability for Helen Zilla for saying that, well, colonialism wasn't so bad. It gave us roads and highways. Again, I take no issue with that. It's a true statement. But that was all press. It brought disrepute and endless newspaper stories about this. Why wasn't Helen Zilla sanctioned? Why is she still in the party? Do you know why? Because South Africans are cowards. Oh my God, he said the K word. Oh, the world is ending! Seriously. As a kid, we heard the phrase, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Cowards who censor speech. You can't say certain words in South Africa. And it's happening in the UK now. You know, they arrested a guy for using a swear word for profanity on the street of the UK? I saw the video. Cops grabbed the guy because he said a profane word. You can't say profanity? Fuck you. Sorry if that offends people. But for the moment, I can still say that. Good Lord. Good Lord. Seriously. Unbelievable. Oh, but Chris, you don't understand. You're just a white supremacist. You're just an American. You know nothing about South Africa. You don't know our history and the struggle. You don't know the harm the word K does. You think I like being called Mzungu? You think that's a nice word? You think I like that? Do you think I like being called a white devil while I'm building clinics and schools for poor people who don't give two shakes about me? Because I'm doing what's right and moral? You think I like that? You think I like the bigotry of that fungo clown on Twitter who called me a racist cunt because I said, what sections did he violate? What the hell does that have to do with racism? Nothing. Not a damn thing. It has to do with a question, a legitimate question. Inquiring minds want to know. We want to know what parts of their Constitution Renaldo violated. We're not even denying he violated. We just want to know. But now, I get called a racist cunt on television. Can you believe that? Not on television, to be on Twitter. Anyway. Wow. All right, let me get back here. See, now look, this is a bit of an echo chamber. Much of my audience agrees with these comments and are angry with the DA. But this anger goes far beyond this small audience. And oh, by the way, don't look at the numbers. We all know that my reach is far bigger than YouTube lets you think. Tell me 169 people currently here. We know that's BS. We know that the audience is much larger than that. And it includes the leftist hate wankers too. It includes EFF supporters and ANC supporters who are quiet in the chat. And they're welcome here. You're welcome here. You're actually welcome to offer an alternative policy. I'll listen to that. I'll share it. We can discuss it cogently. But we know. This is much bigger. DA doing things, they just lost 10% in the local government elections 2026. It's good I wasn't a member of DA. I don't have to ask for a refund, says Val. Chris, you're looking fresh, says Daybreak. Well, thank you, Daybreak. Are you Dogbreaker? Did you change it to English? Vanna Kruger. Yeah, this now means my DA vote will go somewhere else next time. Renaldo should be. And I'm seeing people here that I haven't seen in a while and people that I haven't seen on my program before who are saying it's the end of the DA. Wendy Hardy says the end of the DA is looming. Yeah, I did another video this morning and I talked about, the DA being absorbed into the ANC, possibly. So, all right. Now, hun uns kak unter the DA too, says Chris. Okay. What else we got here in the chat? And Paulie's 38 months, man. Can you believe it's been that long, the restart of this channel? Do you mean a Cape referendum? Oh, I'm not talking about that. Okay, so Debbie says, absolutely full of crap, throwing others under the bus. There's others under the bus, not protecting the BELA bill. They've lost voters for life after today's sellout. Yeah, today is a double whammy for the DA. I mean, look, again, not an anti-DA rant, just a statement of facts. Them joining the Government National Union, which I didn't fault, which I predicted, and which I actually said they really have no choice. They have to do it. Hopefully they can achieve some good. I said that. So I'm not opposed to them in this coalition, which isn't a Government National Union. But a lot of people are. A lot of DA voters. I mean, it doesn't matter whether I'm for or against it. I'm not a South African. I don't vote. But it does matter in South African context. So that is an important issue here. All right? So, Pablo says, stop reading and stop ranting and read Paulie's comment, please. What did Paulie say? There's no comment from Paulie here. I've gone back several minutes. You're just messing up my stream here, Pablo Charlie. There's no comment here from Paulie. Oh, I'm sorry. It's in the super chat. Sorry. Thank you, Pablo Charlie. I stand corrected. Again, I'm tired. It's up all night. I'm dealing with a financial collapse with another organization. Paulie said, Renaldo just released a statement on Twitter. Thank you. Okay, Pablo, let me go there. All right, let me say thank you. All right, thank you. Mea culpa on me. Sorry, too distracted. You're right. I'm ranting, Pablo Charlie. You're 100%. At Namla GM. Namla Hos. There it is. Let's see what Renaldo had to say. Okay, here it is. I'll show it to you. Thank you, guys. Okay, here we go. Statement by Renaldo. I have been informed today that Democratic Alliance has decided to terminate my membership, and as a result, I will no longer hold my seat in Parliament under the Democratic Alliance. This decision taken by the party's federal executive follows a federal legal commission investigation into allegations brought against me based on an article that was recently found to be in breach of the press code and on various counts. While I respect the processes within the party, I strongly disagree with both the findings of the FLC and the actions taken by the FedEx. Throughout my career as a public representative, I've always represented my ward, constituency, province, and country to the best of my ability. I've consistently worked to represent the best interests of all South Africans, regardless of race, culture, and creed. I can attest to that. I've seen it firsthand in Nelson Mandela Bay, and I've seen his behavior online. It is disheartening to see a decision like this, especially one that I believe fails to reflect the full context of my actions and my dedication to my role as a public servant. It's also disheartening that something I said 15 years ago and completely taken out of context is held against me as if it was said over the past year. For the past 16 years, I've been an outspoken voice for accountability in government, a stance that has sometimes made me a target. The DA's decision today seems to be motivated by factors beyond the merits of the case against me. However, I'll continue to stand firm in my beliefs and convictions. It seems few are willing to do this with cancel culture at an all-time high and with the terms racist and bigot being thrown around without consequence. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to the constituents and supporters who have stood by me over the years. My commitment to fighting for a better South Africa remains unwavering, and while this chapter with the DA may be coming to an end, my journey of service to my country is far from over. I remain committed to the pursuit of a just and prosperous South Africa and for all, and will continue to pursue these goals with integrity, whether inside or outside the political sphere. I'd like to emphasize this is not the end. I will be exploring all legal and ethical options available to me to challenge this decision and clear my name. My commitment to my work and the people I serve remains my top priority. Thank you to all who supported me during this difficult time. It's refreshing to see that most are not swayed by the agendas of some media houses. I'm looking forward to having robust engagements with everyone soon. Sincerely, Renaldo Hus, 34 minutes ago. All right, well, there you go. Thank you, Pablo Charlie, for making me. The reason I didn't read Paulie's chat is because I have the poll open in my software on my screen in front of me, and the poll is blocking. All I saw was that his membership came up, and it came on the screen, so I saluted him. I did not see his message until I saw yours, Pablo, because it was up the screen. So my apologies to everyone for that delay in that. But anyway, that's the situation. Thanks for being here. So Pablo Charlie, thank you for correcting me. Okay, so wasn't sure what you're going to say. Everyone knew about Renaldo's video. It was taken out. Same year he posted it. He was taken to court that time. Yeah, exactly. Chris, stop ranting. There it is. There's Pablo. Okay. While Bear Prepper says, my opinion, the DA is a waste of time. They've gone far further left and the DA is spineless weaklings. Why do people vote for cancer and DA parties? ANC's racist. Minority hater says, Wild Bear Prepper. Not voting for DA again. Rather vote for Gangster Gayton, says Charmaine. Okay. Colonialism gave them roads. Well, and cities and electricity and nuclear power plants and, yep, the C word. All right. Yeah, you guys are entertaining now. So they call each other the K word, says somebody. Okay, don't get trapped. Make new words. These woke. They're fun. Light Rain's got some funny words he's making up there. I'm not going to repeat them. Sedgefield is here. DA's honestly changed their colors. They are definitely yellow. Yep. Yeah, yellow. They should change it to yellow. Yeah, Pablo, I super chat. I see it. The finally thing. Isn't it ironic? I hit the 88 smash. Go figure. I hit the like button, folks. I speak Dutch and know the Afrikaner language is a beautiful one, says Pablo Charlie. Jonathan says, the good news is Ramon might be back on Morning Shot. No, he's done with Morning Shot. Jonathan, he's done. He's not part of Morning Shot, no longer affiliated with it, not part of it. The only way he gets back to Morning Shot is if he talks to Byron and Byron agrees to let him come back. So there you go. Pero Ruan's back, so is Renaldo still a D supporter? Apparently he is. He's going to appeal he's going to appeal it. Chris Tens, I'm voting UIM next time. Did you see UIM President's rant on Facebook and YouTube? It's awesome. I have not, Chris. I have not seen that. I'll have to check it out. Of course, I took a lot of flack because I objectively covered Neil deBeer. I remember when Neil deBeer made his splash with the UIM some time ago, and I interviewed him because some of my viewers supported the UIM when in its infancy, when only a few dozen people were involved with it. I interviewed him because he's a known figure, and I asked him directly, right to his face. I asked the hard questions like a real journalist should do, and to his credit, he answered them. I asked him about, how he's viewed as a traitor to South Africa because he spied as a member of the security services for MK. Don't you feel you betrayed South Africa? And a lot of people perceive that. Then I said, a lot of people accuse you of being a traitor to the ANC. That you've betrayed the ANC. And Neil deBeer, to his credit, answered those questions. Look, Neil deBeer is a charismatic, fascinating fellow. Whether he's a good person or not is for you to decide, not for me to decide. I have my personal views. I'll keep them to myself. I consider Neil deBeer to be an interesting person and the UIM to be an interesting concept. We'll see if it's cult of personality or a personality-based party or it's got wings. But I think it's more of a party based on principle than the MK, that's for sure. And today, I'd have to say it's probably a party more based on principle than the DA, based on their actions. But Chris, thank you. I have not seen those. I'll have to check those out. His dignity worth fighting for. I agree with him. Yes, you're right, Debbie. He should fight for it. There are, I guess you did not for 2 years, huh? What was not for 2 years? You will waste your vote to a less than 1% party, says Perro to Chris. If ever Renaldo needed a reason to leave South Africa, this would be it. I don't know. I wouldn't leave South Africa under this cloud. I'd fight it. Send lefties to Mars. Well, we're waiting for Elon and Starship. We built this city. Oh, sorry, wrong Starship. We built this city with rock and roll. It's just another Monday. Wrong Starship, guys. Sorry, Grace. Wrong Starship. Yeah, we need Elon Musk Starship to send these people to Mars. Wildbear Pepper's comment is a perfect example of why Republican Alliance is needed, says Pablo Charlie. Val Cooper, he's a well-educated man. I'm sure his friend Dean must be turning in his grave. Kus Weistra says, taking hands with the ones taking the country down. I'm not sure what that comment means. Do super chats get to you? Oh, they do. They do. Lee, I get super chats. Yeah, I get super. And June was a decent month. Look, I'll disclose to you folks what I once upon a time made off my content. Back before the censorship and YouTube illegitimately and illegally shut down my channel in violation of terms and conditions that we agreed to, YouTube and I, they violated them, not me. They shut my channel down because I was a voice that was getting too much attention. Back when I made videos that routinely got 150,000 views, I got videos that got 75,000 views in an hour. That was incredible for me. When I had from 2 to 23,000 subscribers in 4.5 months, when I was surging, and then unfortunately for me, the election took place, and they came after conservatives, and they shut me down. Back then, I peaked in 1 month of making over $2,500. Close, I think it was close to 2,800. So that was about 60,000 Rand in 1 month. That's what I made off my channel back then. And that was before the recession and people didn't have money. So actually, now that's not enough money for me to live off of, by the way, here. That I'd be challenged to pay my mortgage and start paying my bills with that money. But that money certainly helped, and it made this a channel that was actually making some money. And it actually helped pay for this gaming computer that I custom built, which allows me to do the streaming without interruptions most of the time. So I used that money to good effect. It certainly didn't buy any Breitling watches or Range Rovers or, caviar. I invested it back into what I'm doing. Since that time, I average any month usually $200 or $300. So 6,000 Rand a month, maybe on a good month. But June, I got $972. But that comes not just from this channel. It comes from Rugby Ascendant and also the original channel, which makes a little bit of advertising money. And Rugby Ascendant makes probably about a third of that money. And so this channel doesn't make that much money. But I do get the super chats. I do get them. And thank you for them. I do appreciate them very much. It's do as we say, not as we do, says James. Okay, so this thing jumped ahead on me here. Oh, there's a super chat from Pararuan, 200 Rand. This is so you don't have to eat your neighbor's dog or cat. So it's a thing in the U.S. It's not a thing in the U.S. A mentally disturbed woman in a city not Springfield, Ohio, ate a cat. Now people are showing videos of people in Haiti sucking the blood out of kittens. That's not in America. Look, it might happen if people with bizarre values and lifestyles and traditions flood into our country unconstrained. And next thing you know, we have people cutting the clitoris and the labia off their 10-year-old daughters. Lee Lowe gave a super chat. 140 Rand. There it is, Lee. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Super sticker, 140 Rand. Yeah, so these things become things. I mean, we have 600,000 young girls and women at risk of this nonsense in America because their wackadoodle parents immigrant parents take them to Yemen, Nigeria, Sudan, Chad. Take them back there to meet Granny and Auntie. Tunny, meet your Tunny. Here's the Coke bottle. Sick and disgusting, isn't it? Yeah. Here, stitch it up so you won't enjoy intercourse, so you will be chaste and miserable. You think it doesn't happen? Look at the Heersey, the former Netherlands member of parliament, who was held down as a child while her labia were sliced off and her clitoris was sliced off. And then they did infibulation to stitch up her vagina. And this is not really the topic today, but we got on this here. She fled Somalia, got asylum in the Netherlands, and then spoke out against this bizarre, barbaric, medieval practice. And her life was threatened. So she had to flee to America because she wasn't safe in the Netherlands. She now lives here, former member of Parliament, Netherlands. Okay, all right. Yeah, super chats get to me. It's do as we say, okay. And there's another one from Erica. Whoa, super chats are coming in now. Thank you, Erica. Have some Starbucks. I love your haircut. So glad you kept your beard. Well, Erica, it's getting shorter, if you noticed. Herman Mashaba, Peter Carnival, ACDP, and the rest can also join, okay? Kristen, did you see the likes I saw over 600? Is that on Neil DeBeer's video? Neil DeBeer should join the Republican Alliance. Cascade Mountain Range in my backyard. Oh, man. Most snowfall on Earth. Some winters 30 meters deep. Yeah, no, it's gorgeous out there on the West Coast. As a colored myself, I call and get McKenzie to make Republican Alliance, says Pablo. Okay, Lilo, military service. Now I've forgotten what she asked. I'm sorry, Lee. You said something a couple years ago. My apologies, Lee. I'm not ignoring you. I forgot what you said earlier. You were responding to Starship. Willing to bet DA has put pressure and threatened to get rid of Renaldo, which they're not willing to mention the case backlash. Yes, because they're cowards. They claim that they're transparent. They believe in accountability, but they don't have accountability to the public. Mr. Perfect equals perfect jab. White people have to realize that South Africa, you're done if you call a black person. Yes, that's true, Mr. Perfect. That is absolutely true. It's something you can't utter. Black folks can say it. Well, they can't. At Dunefeld, a school in the north, is it Northern Cape? They're punishing these black kids because one of them said, black or colored kids, I mean, I can get a good look at them. In a live TikTok stream, they used the K word. What's up, my K? What's up, my N? They're greeting people. And it's the cowardice of South African society to criminalize that speech. It's rude. It's disrespectful. It's impolite. You know, you should teach your kids not to say things like that, but it's not criminal. That's ridiculous. Neither was Renaldo. My take on NDB, he has got the backup from the Army. I don't know what the heck is that. Taylor Swift's endorsement message was fake. Her boyfriend is sponsored by the Big Pharma. My 5 Pence says, I saw a stream this morning of a woman busy eating a pet on police body cam. Where at, my 5 Pence? The problem with this is that there's a lot of fake stuff going around, so I'm not going to repeat anything I don't know and I can't confirm. What I've said is factual and can be confirmed. It may be happening, but I don't know. JL is here. Welcome, JL. Michael's back haircut, high and tight, beard up an inch. Great solar day. Yeah, it's a good solar day here in central Pennsylvania. Filtrationist, how you doing there? The grand political compromise that'll sink both the ANC and the Democratic Alliance. Just call them effort. Erica's giving a super sticker on top of her super chat. All right, let's close the poll, and I'll start another poll here, okay? All right, so 168 votes. Is it time to save South Africa from the DA? 78.5% of you say yes. 14% say give me a break. That means 21 of you Say, give him a break. Okay, so there you go. So that's the poll results. Thank you all for voting it. That's a good response on the poll. Thanks to 178 people currently here, 105 votes, at least 178 that YouTube tells us about. The other 400 of you in the background that we don't know about, you're welcome as well. Ibrahim Harvey called MK and CNEFF voters illiterate and low IQ. Did he really? Did he really? I didn't know that. But anyway, yeah, interesting. Interesting. Okay, so the place of refuge left the DA years ago. Well, you're not alone. I've been reporting on that. So somebody criticized my comments about one of my videos. Let me see if I can find that real quick. There was a comment. There's a lot of comments coming in, so I got to remember which video it was. I think it was the live stream I did last night. So let me go to the live. I think that's where it was. That'll be easier because there aren't that many comments. Well, it's 37 comments, so it will be something there. Let me see if it's here. Is it here? Well, I don't see it. So let me just put all of them, and we'll put the latest instead of the top, newest. Okay, come on. Let's see if I'm trying to. I'm sorry. My response is actually pretty good. I don't see it here. There it is. It's from Nico S.A. Guri. Okay, and he said that I'll show it to you here. Okay, I'll put it on the screen, and then I'll actually read it to you. Okay. Whoops, that's not it. Wrong one. That's Renaldo. There we go. And you can bet that there are racist comments coming in attacking Renaldo right now, things which are prosecutable in South Africa, but nobody will follow up on it. All right, so, dear Chris, as you previously inferred, I'm neither an operative nor a troll. Simply have the best interest of South African heart. I consider you a very intelligent and forthright commentator on current topical issues. Then he takes exception with some of the things I said, and he says, this particular episode I referred to has, however, made me doubt support for you. Yours sincerely, Nikos. Nikos, I did respond to Nikos. It was polite and considerate. First, thank you for your considered reply. However, I'm not sure how you're drawing your conclusions. Your utterances, unfortunately, this is his statement, unfortunately prompted many negative comments versus GNU, supposedly in support of your perceived opinions. I said my utterances. I imagine you mean my commentary. Folks are welcome to their respectful opinions. However, you give me far more credit than I deserve when you claim I promoted negative comments. Those folks held their views without any intervention on my part. I said, I was likely among the first analysts to predict the ANC would be forced into a coalition when I made the prediction in November of 2021, following the municipal elections. 2, I accurately predict the ANC would get 38 to 40. I said 40. I should correct. It was 42%, and they got 40. So you can call me out for getting it wrong. I typed it wrong. It should be 42. In a low turnout election. I saw this coming and said so publicly. When the DN MPC failed to move, multi-party chart failed to move the needle in May, on May 29th, I projected that the ANC would go into coalition with the DA, the IFP, the Freedom Front Plus, and Action SA. I said, if you're honest in your replies, you'll acknowledge that I have frequently stated that this is the best option for South Africa, given the electoral outcome on May 29th. I don't dispute that. And I don't take exception for the DA joining with the ANC. Someone's got to govern. I said, recognizing the best possible option does not mean the GNU gets a free pass, however. Cozying up to communists, China, totalitarians, Russia, Cuba, and theocrats, Iran, while shilling for them, constant new cases of corruption being exposed. We just had another one exposed by the ANC. Virtually no changes of substance yet for everyday South Africans will not go unchallenged by me. I will not sit around and, rah-rah when things need to be exposed and analyzed. If my critiques of the GNU give you the impression of personal bias, well, I freely admit we all have personal bias, but my bias is applied objectively. There's a difference. I noticed you failed to mention my positive coverage of home affairs or the cooperative governance and traditional affairs ministries in the Government of National Unity, and the same of sports, although not all the time. I've complimented Gabe McKenzie and I've criticized him. By the way, he says there's no suggestion that basic education minister Guarube is for the BELA bill. She's merely saying that she will, for now, have no option but to comply with it. Well, I never claimed that she does support it. I stated she's not making any loud noises in opposition. Her party campaigned loudly against BELA. I also stated repeatedly that going to the GNU meant the DA would not push back on BELA or NHI. I'm not sure where you draw your conclusions or what your beef is here. He says neither is any indication she is intending a coup of her party leaders. So I implore you to think carefully about your phraseology. I said, not phraseology. This is analysis. Based on available information, consider a review of the situation. I presented it as analysis, not fact. I didn't claim that she was doing this. I said, could she be one of these people? I said, you're welcome to disagree. However, analysts make projections, predictions, and offer possible outcomes. This is how it works. I did not claim she's trying to oust him. I suggested she could be one of several trying to do so. It seems to have hit a nerve. Additionally, you had listened to his speech. Had you listened to his speech, you would have appreciated the party's push as part of the GNU for growth and job creation. Job creation? Sure, let's start. NBEE, stop racist legislation, allow foreign direct investment like Starlink to enter the country without stealing their capital, repair infrastructure, disavow expropriation. You want jobs? Get busy with those simple tasks. Well, except for fixing infrastructure. Announcing to the world that you made a mistake has nothing to do with creating jobs. He was telling the world he made a mistake about Roman Cabinet. Running him down and slandering him certainly does not help in this regard. Slandering? What? Criticizing his comments? Yes, I criticize John Steenhuisen's comments. Slandering? No. I asked pertinent questions and made factual comments regarding the danger he is in, and you call that slandering? It's not slandering. I said, you sound just like those who attacked me personally for deigning to criticize Siya Khaleesi's underwhelming captaincy during the British and Irish Lions tour, conveniently ignoring my frequent past and since positive commentary about Siya Khaleesi. Not only have I treated John Steenhuisen quite fairly in the past, I've even interviewed him in person and gave him very fair treatment, despite the fact he was very disrespectful to me, by the way. But that didn't play any role in my questioning or my presentation of the news and the facts. I didn't put any bias or opinion or whatsoever, simply reported his interview. I predicted his win as a leader of the party. I predicted that. I fairly assessed the DA's 2019 and 2021 party platforms, urged folks to vote, suggested the DA was the best option given South Africa's political environment, even though I personally would be unlikely to be a DA voter if I were South African. That is objectivity and fairness in reporting and analysis. How he misses that is beyond me. He says, up to this point, I've been an avid and subscribed supporter of your channel. That particular episode I referred to has, however, made me doubt this support. I said, what support? I've never heard of you or from you prior to my recent videos on this story. You've never commented in a chat, and if you're here, you're welcome to comment. Please do that. Please do that. Never comment in chat, and I've never seen a comment from you in the nearly 5 years that I've been doing this program, running this program. If you've been a silent viewer in the background, I thank you for your viewership. I also thank you for your considered, thoughtful, though way off the mark or way off the base comments. I say, if you're angry because I'm not a cheerleader for John Steenhuisen, then there's little I can do to address that. John Steenhuisen is wrong here. I will not pretend he's correct. Also, his actions have placed him in a vulnerable position within his party, in my analysis. If you're objective and watch all the content of the story, you will see that I defended Steenhuisen's decision. Initially, I did that. When the first story broke, around the 16th or 18th of 21st August, after I knew that he was appointed 1st of August, but the press didn't, because they're not paying attention, I defended Steenhuisen's decision. It's his choice. He gets to hire who he wants, unless the guy's a criminal. So I defended John Steenhuisen, and I defended him for a couple weeks. Now I'm criticizing him. People need to be consistent. Just because I criticize something now doesn't mean, wake up. Look at the body of work. Don't comment on one moment in time. Anyway, so I'm not attacking that gentleman. Thank you very much, Nikos, for your commentary. I do appreciate it. I hope you appreciate my considered, thoughtful response to your considered, thoughtful post, which I think was helpful. Thank you for that. So there you go. There's that, folks. Anyway, I got a super chat to deal with here. I didn't hear it come up on the screen, but I did see it come over here. The DA is like a bridge club. State proofing is a feature. Will also start happening in the Western world as we progress further in the 21st century, says Kevin Johnson. MK will rule over you if the DA is gone. You better join the Iranian army. Their ground forces will be coming for you. Who's ground forces? Irania's coming for me? Nice haircut. Why now? Where the MP's going to shoot you if you get any close with that haircut? No, Minaj Kwa. It was time. I was going to cut it several weeks ago, but I really like the nice fade that was over here on this side. On this side here, it's beautiful. It's natural. People pay a fortune to go to the hair salon or the barber to get that nice fade, that beautiful, all the hair just gorgeous. No special treatments, no wax, no special anything, just my natural hair. Hey, I got it. It's nice. Why not? Anyway, but it began to become unmanageable, and I had to frequently wash it just so it looked straight, and look presentable, or wear a cap. And it was time. So it was time. Plus, the summertime, it's hot, although we're moving into fall. Would love to see Renaldo join the EFF, says Matthew Dixon. The vote was a knee-jerk reaction based on Renaldo. Let the dust settle and ask the question again. Maybe different answer. Okay. Erica says, I suspect the DA loved their fat checks and sold their soul to the ANC. Ooh. Nina Kirsten says, thank you, Chris. I was always a DA voter, lost it today. Well, Nina, thank you for being a subscriber here and commenting. I hope you're a regular viewer. And I'm not telling anybody here not to vote for the DA. As I said, when the GNU was formed, it's not a government national unity, it's a grand coalition. But when the grand coalition was formed, South Africans have little option, South African political parties, but to do this. You can only just hope for the best. The DA does its forthright things. But clearly, the DA, which claims it's believes in the values of accountability, transparency, well, they didn't say transparency, but they've said it in the past, and respect for all South Africans, doesn't. They didn't respect Renaldo. They tossed him in the garbage bin. This is clearly, I believe, a personal vendetta inside the DA, knowing what's going on there. It's shameful. It's absolutely shameful. And it will be used by the South African Human Rights Commission erroneously in their court case to claim that, see, he's guilty. See, the DA kicked him out of Parliament. This is the problem with your system of a parliamentary system where you don't vote for a candidate. Party list voting is bullshit. It's wrong. It's morally bankrupt. You should be allowed to vote for a person, not a party, a person, a person. This is what happens. The DA can kick anybody out. The federal executive can have a meeting and say John Steenhuisen is out tomorrow and say he violated the rules. And then not disclose them, apparently, not tell us what they were. Anybody can be sent. And it's not just the DA. It's the Freedom Front Plus, Action SA, the EFF. And so people must be loyal to what they're told to do by a political party, which wields undue political power in society. And if you don't, you're kicked to the curb. Not because you're a criminal, not because you've done something impolite or wrong, but because they don't want you, because you are not obedient. Now, that's not the case for Renaldo. I'm not talking about that. But that is the situation you have. Look at MK. People go to Parliament, and then they just decide they're not allowed to be there anymore. What kind of horse manure is that? What parliamentary process did they violate? What laws did they violate? How did they fail as a part? No, nothing. Look, I'm not defending MK MPs. I'm just telling you that's just wrong. We vote for people here. It may not be the people we want because we don't have enough votes. Someone else vote them, but they can be voted out. The system is broken in South Africa, and this is proof of it today. Julius Malema has been very quiet since his VBS looter. Yeah, he has been very quiet for the most part. Theodorus, welcome. What's happening in Springfield? They're eating cats and dogs. Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard? Okay, so I need to play this. I've been meaning to play this the whole time, so let's get to this. This is, I want to get it before we lose an audience here because I see about 20 people left. Donald Trump has said he will not do any more debates. I think that's a mistake. That's the next poll coming up. Here we go. This is Donald Trump in his own words today.
Rules, do you want a different format? Well, you know, when you don't win, it's like a fighter. When a fighter has a bad fight, gets knocked out, or loses the fight, the first thing he says is, we want a rematch. So we won the debate according to every poll, every single poll. I think that, are we going to do a rematch? I just don't know. But we'll think about it. Would you still do the one?
Donald Trump has ruled out another debate. He did a speech last night in which he said we're not going to do any more debates. So we'll see if that comes to pass. Okay, we're going to do a new poll for the viewers here. Start a poll. Okay, and I should tell you that traditionally these debates are at least 3 debates. Okay, he's had 1 against her. He's had 2 together. Yes. No. Trying to think of a third option. Yes, no. I'll give you a maybe vote. Okay. So there you go. Yes, no, and maybe. Whoops. Super chats are coming in. Sylvester Stalin is. I haven't seen Sylvester Stalin in ages. I'll read your super chat in a minute. I still got to catch the other one here that came in from Usina. So there's a new poll. Light Rain, you obviously see the genius of even bringing up the Haitians eating pets meme. It forces globalists to acknowledge that they're flooding. Yeah, no, it was genius, and it's funny. But I don't know that Trump should have said it. I mean, let Vance say it and get away with that. But Indy L, wow, a long time. Fancy haircut. Thank you. Usina, 10 pounds super chat. Thank you for that. That's an awesome super chat. Really kind of you. Chris says, what crap, Glennis Breitenbach, flood her phone, canceling your fictional essay. Yeah, there you go. And then Light Rain, oh gosh, I'm way behind on the chat here. Let me try to catch up here. Light Rain says, not about the pets per se. It's forcing them to talk about immigration. Yeah, no, I got you. Put some on the defensive. What's a political international affiliation? Well, I'm talking about it, even though I'm refuting it. What is a political international affiliation of the MK party? I have no idea. MK is Russian-Cuban. I believe that's true, but I have no evidence of it. Steenhuisen, Lilo, oh golly, have babies. The Sens CA said, I'm silent no more. Here I am, Chris. Great content. Keep up the good work. God bless. All right. Well, the San said, ZA, if you're one of the silent viewers, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. Thank you for viewing it. By the way, if you view my content and you're not subscribed, you're welcome to do that. I know a lot of people don't trust YouTube. They think they track you. Listen, you don't have to have a user account to be tracked. You have an IP address. If you have a static IP address like I do, and most people that are home do, they're going to find you. So you can't hide. So we might as well have a YouTube account. That way, you can comment, you can post. And if you do have a YouTube account and you're not a subscriber, but you watch my content, I do humbly ask you to please become a subscriber. Seriously, please become a subscriber. It's important for a larger audience. And I'm talking to everybody. Hey, if you're an ANC supporter, EFF supporter, please subscribe to my content. You don't have to agree with anything I say, but listen to it and share your comments, as long as they're respectful. But thank you. You're silent no more. That's awesome. A silent viewer has joined. That's pretty cool. Thank you so much. To maintain the same high level of unemployment, we need 5%. No, Kevin, I disagree. South Africa, as I've said, I have experience in economics, needs 6.5 to 8.5 annual GDP growth sustained for a minimum of 10 to 15 years just to catch up. But you're on the right track there, Kevin. We don't disagree. Keep it up as a South African. I thank God for you, says Place Refuge. You're welcome. Do you love bricks, Jonathan? Oh, it's nothing DT. Okay, it's not for me. Okay, so should the DA have left the GNU over BELA? No, they can't. No, they can wait till the court case is concluded. Firing Renaldo Ramon is just weak. Exactly, Arctic. Ulrich Fenter, welcome to you. I'm catching up now. You should use Buffelfontaine. But yeah, everybody says that. Look, if they want to hire me as a spokesperson, look like, John B. Wells, the spokesperson for Lexington Cigarettes. I could be the spokesperson. I could be the model. I mean, let's just be honest, folks. I'm dead sexy. Buffelfontaine Beard contacts me. I'll be doing it. It's not unprecedented for international models to model in South Africa. Arctic's asking about, okay, you're a joke. Bricks is Banana Alliance. Bricks is Banana Alliance. Okay, Renaldo will give free EFF membership. That's funny. Okay, what else we got here? I'm catching up now. Catching up. So is horse crap not manure? It is. It is manure. Mike says, as I see it, as an outsider, Renaldo was a victim of his honesty and the opposition's pocketbook. Yep, agreed. Claudine Berkett says, it's time for people to stop supporting DA, ANC, EFMK. We are sick and tired of these power-hungry politicians. They are such cowards. Hear, hear. Claudette, hear, hear. I know this will offend Arctic, but that deserves a ring even without a super chat. 66 MRN says, thank you, Chris. We should stop worshiping political party leaders, please. They are a bunch of morons. Bingo! 100%. Listen, I tried to continue my service to my nation by running for the legislature. And what did I discover? That even at the state level, politics is a dirty, evil game. And the people who are in it, most of them, are craven political liars in it for craven political power, self-aggrandizement, and self-enrichment. Not the reason I ran for office. I spent, in South African terms, a fortune of my savings, my life savings, to run for office because I thought it was important. Only be undermined by liars and cheats. And I didn't win. It's fine. So my bum isn't hurt. No, I did it because my audience said I should do it. I thought it was important, and I wanted to be able to say that I tried, and I did. So no one can say I didn't try. This will cost DA a lot of local elections. Yep, a lot of wards are going to be lost probably as a consequence of this for by-elections. Matthew says he doesn't need another debate. Usina says, I'm not a big talker in the chat, but I appreciate your analysis. Yeah, I appreciate that, Usina. It's good to see you again. Mike says, why waste any more of our time if the sheeple don't know the pros and cons? By now they're lost. Exactly. Oh, you mean on debates? He did poorly in debate. He should have done more damage to Kamala. Agreed. Okay, Sylvester Stalline's 140 rands. I'm getting to it now. That super chat. Renaldo might not be perfect, but he has shown integrity. My support will be following him out of the DA. And as he carefully calculates his next move, my vote will follow. Also, you're looking handsome for the new look, man. Well, thank you very, very much, Sylvester. That's your first super chat, Sylvester. I would have sworn you had other super chats, but thank you so much for that. Wow, the chat really jumped up there. Become a communist government puppet. Kurtz has watched all of them. What's this? I know what that is. Pablo says, well, look, based on what was said, not on how it was said or how it looked, of course, Trump won. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, if you just listen to the debate, don't look at it, you think he won. John Jarvis says, I heard today that the BELA bill covers far more than language. Oh, it does. It does. For instance, the BELA bill, which I've reported on for ages, last year, I reported on it when it came up for the vote in Parliament. The BELA bill includes things like jailing parents for truant children. So if your child isn't in school, the cops can come and take you and haul you away to jail. One day. Not because they have a pattern of truancy, just one day. So you go to work as a domestic, busting your ass to raise money, and your little punk teenage child decides to hang out with his thug friends using the K word on a street corner. And the cops come. Is Precious Melotza here? Yeah, she's our housekeeper. She's in the kitchen. May we enter? We have a warrant for her arrest. For what? Her child didn't go to school today. Oh, you think I'm making it up? Look what's happened in the UK. A British 18-year-old standing in the corner holding a British flag in the United Kingdom. He wasn't holding a Russian flag or Iranian flag, even though that's not illegal. He was holding a Russian flag. He was sentenced to 2 years and 2 months in jail. He committed no crime. They're jailing people in the UK for not committing crimes. And this isn't hyperbole. This isn't made up. This is true. This is the Nazi state. This is the fascist regime. This is totalitarianism. This is what Tommy Robinson warned people about when he's called a wackadoodle flake. Katie Hopkins has warned people for years. Nigel Farage has warned people. This is insane. A gentleman who happened to show up at a protest. The judge, there's another super chat from Malcolm, 140 rand. Thank you, Malcolm. The gentleman shows up at a protest, commits no violations of legal codes in the UK. The judge says, you've committed no crimes. There's nothing I can charge you with. But unfortunately, you were present. And your presence means I have to remand you. 18 months in prison. A military veteran, a combat veteran, 60 years old, goes to jail for not committing a crime. Meanwhile, pedo South Asians are raping and molesting English children. Well, I didn't understand. That's allowed in my culture. And getting no custodial sentence. Can you believe it? Yeah, John, the BELA bill covers a lot more. A lot more. Odin's Vikings back. Can't really consider that a debate. No, it wasn't a debate. VP should do the next two debates. Yeah, Waltz will be, well, if they cheat, he might have a chance. JS thinks, I think he knows she has his number when it comes to debates. Probably best for a campaign not to debate again. I don't agree with that, Jaya. I don't agree with that. The whole thing was just rigged, and I don't know why he would. I mean, I was calling it live, saying you should do this, you should do this. By the way, it's the biggest audience I've had on the original channel in ages. It was pretty not live, but aggregate got over 1,000 views on that. Been a long time since I had 1,000 views on my channel. I used to get 150,000 per video. Should not do more debates. The moderators are not fair. That's true. There's no point debating with Camel. He simply tells lies. To all the people loving Chris, God bless, and all the loving this channel. Thank you, Lee. Very kind of you. Even Matthew. Chris, they both kicked out because they both have proper earned degrees, unlike the majority of the NC. Ooh, Monray. The DA does not care if they lose support. They're locked in for the next 4 or 5 years. Lots can happen. We might. Exactly. You're right. They don't care. They are in it for the craven political power. Yep. Pandora's box for Durko. I've been lurking here or there. Mostly watch the streams afterwards. Thank you, Sylvester. I appreciate watching me afterwards. There are a lot of people who are doing that. It's very helpful to keep the streams going. DeBarum is here. If Trump can answer the questions and not waffle, he should be able to win. Exactly. My humble opinion, they both sucked. Yeah, well, George, we're 100%, man. I miss you, George. Haven't seen you in a long time. You're a nice guy. Haven't seen you in a long time. So hopefully I'll see you next time. By the way, I mean, I've been offered a cottage in Hout Bay. So I might be a little scarce in Cape Town next time as I hang out in Hout Bay, sipping a cappuccino down by the water, looking at the beautiful mountains, just chilling. Maybe I'll hold court there. We'll have a gathering in Hout Bay. Well, how's that sound, folks? The Hout Bay gathering. Ooh, we'll create a charter for a future South Africa. It'll be like the Freedom Charter. Would like to give feedback, but unfortunately blocked from the WhatsApp groups. John. There's a lot of WhatsApp groups. You're blocked from all of them. There's Telegram groups. I don't think you're blocked on those, John. Malcolm's always here. Right. Supernatural Crypto's back. Some people are just too crazy to be in politics, even for a voter. And Malcolm Clotey, 140 rand super chat. Thank you, Malcolm. Did I get the other one there? Okay, come back here. Yeah, that was Sylvester. I already got Sylvester's. Okay, cool beans. I don't want to miss these super chats. My goodness. If a cop pitches up at my house to arrest my housekeeper because her kid was... Well, Michael, well said. Or maybe they're using a new system to track new viewers, but I do think this is my first super chat. It could be Sylvester. Okay, but I thought you super chatted before. K16, media-led constructive dismissal. 100% K16, you are spot on. And the supernatural crypto, some people are just too crazy to be in politics, even for a voter. We all notice them as they speak their crazy minds. We choose not to judge. Michael sounds awesome. Okay. Anyway, my vote might not be much, but I value it more than just wasting it on the DA. Also, my voice to show where my values are, even when it doesn't win seats. Here, 100%. It's not Hout Bay. It's the Republic of Hout Bay. Sorry, Peror One. Okay, there you go. Well, there you go. Well, then I'll be in my element there, holding court. Coming up with the Hout Bay charter. Pablo says, "Welcome everyone with open arms, but still mop the floor with any MK." Hout Bay. Well, that's called city branding, not Makanda. Exactly. Diane says you'll be eligible for a Republic of Hout Bay passport. Well, there you go. That's pretty cool, folks. I could semi-grade. Well, it wouldn't be semi-grade. It would be immigrate there. Yep, all good. Okay, so I'm caught up on the chat now. All right, let me just get to a few of the things here really quickly for those who've been patient. We've covered the Renaldo story. We can talk more about it. The basic education bill, the minister who's responsible for basic education, that's Sisiviwe Guarube, the DA minister, has decided not to attend the ceremony that occurred earlier today. Well, smart move? I don't know. She refused to attend it. I guess that's her vote of no confidence in it. She said she would not attend a ceremony where Ramaphosa signed the bill. In the context of a government of national unity, it's essential that compromises reflect the people's will. That's why I've been engaged with the president on this matter. We must consider the objections to the bill and ensure that it is rectified to avoid protracted and costly legal action. I have thus written the president, notified him that in the present circumstance, I cannot attend today's signing ceremony until conditions or concerns regarding the bill are rectified. Well, there you go. I'll give her credit for that. That's a smart move politically. Some people might say it's insulting. I don't. I think it's a smart move. And I'm going to now show you the BELA bill signing. Okay, here, let's do this. We're going to get the BELA bill signing, and this goes for about a minute. So let me get this other camera up here in just a second so I can be on screen. There you go. And then we'll put this up here so we can watch this together. This is President Ramaphosa, and look at that total lack of diversity, no diversity. There's one colored gentleman there, so I guess that's what they consider diversity here. And look at how they cackle as they sign, and then the ululating. Here it comes. As they consign South Africa to the fate that the National Party tried.
Okay.
Oh, trying to get in their picture. Look at that gut, man. He's living well off the government tea.
Taking pictures. Please be considerate of your colleagues at the back.
Yeah, they're telling the people taking pictures. Look at the gentleman on the left, boy. I tell you what, he's successful. He's got Dunlap disease. His belly's Dunlapped over his belt line. Look at that. Look at them all. Look at them all. Sycophants, all excited that they have imposed English on Africans. Colonialism! Oh, the imposition of colonies, the evil English. They came... No, the Dutch. Sorry, it's the Dutch. Oh, no, we forgot about the English colonization. We are going now to make South Africans learn English in school as the first language of instruction, even though only 7% of South Africans speak as their first language. Look at these New World Order stooges. Look at this. We've oppressed more people. Now they have to learn English. But aren't you a Tswana speaker? Hey, aren't you Venda? You're a Khoi. Don't you speak New or one of those languages? Now your kids have to learn English.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
I want to take a snap.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, you don't look happy.
We love oppression.
With the bill.
You implement immediately the other two in 3 months. That's it.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dada. Thank you, Dada. Oh, dear God. Give me a freaking break. They've just oppressed. They don't even see it. Or they don't care. They're just that stupid. Or they're that stupid. I mean, The National Party tried to impose Afrikaans in 1976 and 85. We saw what happened as the medium instruction. Afrikaans is spoken by twice as many South Africans as the first language as English. Yeah, okay. John Steen, what did I miss over here in the chat? What do they hope to prove with this bill? Well, Arctic was on to something. Arctic made a comment about they're trying to use it to force majority students into Afrikaans-speaking schools so they can destroy Afrikaans as the medium instruction. There's some merit to that, but it's bigger than that. They are trying... Well, first off, they haven't built schools. They don't focus on building schools where kids are taught in Xhosa or taught in Nu. No one's taught Nu. And I mean, we're down to the last human being that speaks that language. Yeah. Oma Katarina Esau. She's the last one. 87, 88 years old. God bless her. Yep. One day I tuned into the show and Chris, you were looking at the screen saying, F off John Jarvis. Okay, that's possible. Did say that once upon a time. I'll admit that. Globalization, everyone is making money off it, but no one really wants it. Yeah, I'm not making money off globalization. Yep. Diane says Panyazi Lasufi. Yeah. Oh, is that who it was? Yeah, it was Panyazi Lasufi. John Steenhuisen is the biggest BSer in South Africa, says Devold Fenta. Okay. Don't be like that, Chris. Don't be like what, Cabello? Fat shaming him? Is that what you're talking about? Don't be fat shaming? I fat shame myself. I've got a little pudgy here lately. Time to get off my bum and stop whining about my hip, which is agonizingly painful. Start exercising again and just suck up the pain. Be a man. Or a woman. Whatever I want to be. Pararu on Super Chat said, this just in, Ramaphosa was conned into signing the bill. He was under the impression it's a dollar bill. Thank you for your Super Chat. 140 Thai baht. Thank you for that. I think that's 30 cents US. No, I'm just kidding. Cabela, is that what you're talking about? Don't be like they don't fat shame. Is there nothing more? No, look, I don't fat shame people. He's a politician. He's a politician. He's a public figure. And obviously, he's not starving. But there are people who are starving in South Africa. There are people who are getting cholera and dysentery from the health system. It's unbelievable. And this is something that will piss everyone off. Not funny, sad day indeed. Yeah, it is. Good evening, everyone. Says Tian, good to see you. Your hair looks awesome. Freaking awesome. Okay, cool. Going to shed your winter afro. Okay. Supernatural, I see English as the most advanced language in the world. By that, I mean some languages have one or two similes. The worst languages have no words, English words. Yeah, English is, look, I'm a first language speaker of English. I'll promote English, but not over someone else's culture, not over someone else's history and language. I'm not going to impose that on people. I would never say that the Navajo must come to Carlisle Barracks to go to school and learn English as a language of instruction. I would never do that. Liberals did that. Oh, they did that. Yeah, they did that. Liberals created abortion. Liberals put Native Americans in schools and tried to teach them to be good little white kids, forgetting their traditions. And then decades later, they accuse us of racism. They're the ones that did it. I never put Indians in schools like that. I never abused any Native Americans. I respect their culture. Absolutely. 100%. Navajo, Cherokee, Seminole, Algonquins. Pick your pick. Name one. Pima Indians in Arizona. I respect their culture. It's their right to it. But not leftists. They feel the need to anglicize them. Chris says, I'm an Afrikaner, I don't like it. Go in the corner. Afrikaans old news, we should learn the new TikTok vocabulary. Well, okay, that's a fair point. Like George Carlin said, they don't want smart people. Education will only get worse. They want workers, obedient workers. That's exactly what they want. People who can't think for themselves. All right, Garrett Gillich, let me go over here to the channel. And I'm going to end that poll. How many votes did we get, by the way? 105 votes. Okay, so is Trump correct to not do the poll? Half of you, more than half, the majority say that, yes, he shouldn't do any more debates. 25% said maybe, 22% agree with me and said no, he should do more debates. Okay? Don't impose your crap culture on me. I agree. What did Cabela say? Cabela, I asked you, what the issue was. Was it because you thought it was fat shaming? Is that what it was? Camel Joe Hunter. Hello. Kristen says, as you said, the ANC has now approved the colonial language in school. Do they realize that the colonial, everything they hate? Exactly. Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. They're so clueless as to the significance, the symbology, the symbolism of what they've just done. They don't get it. They don't get it. Who drafted this bill? Who wrote this thing? Some consultant for, Bell Pottinger? Oh, I don't know that Cabela hates Afrikaners. Where do you get that from? I didn't see that. Rachel Weiss in Springfield, hot dogs. God bless. Again, we've shown the meme about Trump. Let me see if I can find it again. I've got so many downloads of images here because of what I'm working on. I've got a number of jellyfish images now to show the DA's spinelessness. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Speaking of someone who's a little pudgy there, here you go. This is me, a little pudgy a couple days ago. A little fat shaming myself here. This is at our VFW, our Veterans of Foreign Wars, on 9/11. I did a ceremony lowering the flag to half-mast to honor the fallen on 9/11. Our firefighters, our law enforcement officials, our workers, our civilians, all the folks who lost their lives that day, the people on the planes, the pilots, not the terrorists. So this is me before the haircut, and this is, you can see, looking a little chubby right there. Look at that. And need to be dropping a little bit of those pounds there. There you go. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Ooh, that dude is looking a little bit shaggy there. Look at that. Ooh, look at that gut. Ooh, big boy. Big boy. Chubby boy. Yep. Anyway, so that's the biggest I've been in my entire life. And just full disclosure, I have not been well physically, so that's why. Cabela says, relax. Dude, I am relaxed. You must be talking to other folks. Too much biltong and milk tart. Nope, no milk tart. Don't eat that stuff. No biltong. I haven't eaten biltong since June. And I'm out of Durivors. My connection, my French connection for Durivors has failed me. The pilot has screwed me, man. Now he's demanding that I shave the beard. You're not going to win, Arctic. I want the Durivors. I'll hold you down and drag you into the store and make you pull your credit card out and buy me 5 kgs of Durivors next time I see you at Linwood. There, you've been warned, Arctic. You've been warned. You're on notice. See, I'm transparent. I tell you what I'm going to do. Was busy ranting on WhatsApp. Okay, Nick has been gone. Cyril signed apartheid laws back in existence. Those who do not understand history repeat it. Exactly, Richard. Exactly right. I think did I say that on my? I think I put that in the title of one of my videos, if not this one. What's the video? Somewhere. Oh yeah, President Ramaphosa does his best. Apartheid imitation imposing. Yeah, exactly. That one I put out there. I'm probably getting a lot of hate on that one. He does his best apartheid imitation. That was the title. Let me see. So, come on. It's not getting many views right now, but let me see. The name is, oh, come on. Let me see the damn video name. I have to go to edit. So, President Ramaphosa does his best apartheid imitation, imposing English in schools by signing BELA. That's exactly what I said. The Renaldo video, how's that doing? Not particularly well. It's doing okay. Let's see. I thought it would soar. 2,100. I thought it would soar. But there were a lot of comments, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 116 comments. Yeah. I got 4 dislikes. I already got a dislike on the education bill. On the one, I've done busy bee today. Friday the 13th, I've done 3 videos when I've got other things to take care of. Crazy. I'll make sure there's a stash of Durivors in your next guy. Thank you, Marilyn. Before bed, says Lee. I was living with them folks in Mossel Bay. What folks, man? I'm missing something here. Greens people, all those Frappuccinos. Yeah, that's what it is. No, but Charles, I drank all those Frappuccinos for 5 years. I didn't gain this weight. The weight I'm talking about here, I've gained since I returned from South Africa. Since I came back in June, I've gained weight that you can see it, just like that. And I haven't changed my diet. What has happened is I'm not moving. I've been stationary. I've not been exercising. The only exercise I've gotten is I mowed the lawn a couple of times, and I didn't even do it once. I broke it into 2 segments in 2 different days each time. So no physical exercise is the only thing. The Frappuccinos haven't changed. In fact, I've cut down on the number I'm drinking. So, yeah. Ant says that's not really chubby. It is to me, Ants. I'm used to having my ribs exposed. Skinny little thing. So it is chubby to me, and I'm going to have to do something about it. There you go. You heard it here. 6 months from now when nothing's happened, you can remind me I was supposed to do something about it. 60 spread, says Barham. Yeah, but I'm not in my 60s yet, so I don't want that. I'll make sure. Okay, so yeah, then here I am trying to get more dwarvors. JS, that reminds me, I was going to ask on the day, but forgot, where were you on the day 9/11, and what was the general feel of the people around you? Jay, I'll answer that question for you here very quickly. I was serving in the United States Embassy in Tunis, Tunisia, on September 11th of 2001. I had just graduated from the L'École d'État-Major, the Tunisian Staff College in Bardo. L'École d'État-Major à Bardo, à Tunis, en Tunisie. J'étais stagiaire dans l'école comme stagiaire étranger. Nous avons eu autres étrangers comme le français, les italiens, les mauritaniens et quelqu'un qui vient de Niger. Donc, c'était vraiment une très bonne expérience pour moi. C'était quotidien, une occasion du palais, la France, le français, quotidienne, c'est l'occasion. Donc pour moi, c'était une époque où j'ai apprendre le langue très bien. Ouais. Yeah. So I was a student at the staff college there, and then after the staff college ended in May, I think it was, I was still at the embassy waiting my next assignment, and I was in the embassy, and I was working on a report on a computer in the unclassified room in the attaché's office. And the gunnery sergeant came over because there's no one else around. Everyone else out. The colonel was out doing some attaché work, and everyone else was out of the office. And so the gunnery sergeant called me and said, "Hey, sir, did you see this?" He had the television on in his office. He had a nice Gucci office for an NCO. It was pretty cool. And big screen TV too. So I walked in, and we were watching CNN, if I remember correctly. There was a gentleman on one of the buildings looking over at the building that had already been struck. And the Tower 2, while we were talking, we're standing there for a few minutes. He's like, no, they said it was an accident. I said, Gunny, that's not an accident. Look at that. You can see 30 miles. I can see West Point from there. I mean, you see Long Island from there. You can see New Jersey. There's no way it was an accident. I mean, unless someone had a heart attack and the plane flew into the building, but the odds of that are pretty slim. It's restricted airspace. I said, it can't be. It has to be intentional. And also, look at that gash in the building. Look at the smoke coming out. That can't be a small pilot, or a small commuter plane. That has to be a commercial airliner. And he's like, oh, if you say so, sir. I said, I say so. And while we're standing there, just unbelievable. The second plane flies right into the building. Unbelievable. Yeah, so the feeling around me was a shock and disbelief. Immediate lockdown for embassy employees. There were threats against Americans in Tunisia at the time. And so people were given a stay-in-place order. And after that, there were a lot of restrictions on what we could and couldn't do for a short period of time before sanity prevailed. But there are certain events in your life you never forget. When the Challenger blew up, I was a specialist at that time. Specialist 4, come off the range that morning in Germany, was sitting in the barracks in the, not new building, but new to us, it's still a Nazi-era building, but we moved from one building to another, a Nazi-era building, in the day room with the television on, and was rotting the M16 rifle, cleaning out the carbon in there, when I was watching the Challenger launch. It was so exciting, and then it blew up. So I'll never forget that. And the third event in my life that I'll never, ever forget what I was doing when it happened was when my mother came outside and told me that Elvis Presley had died. Yes, that's the 3 big events that I'll never forget. What else we got here? So that's my answer to your question, Jaya. Did I answer it? Did everybody leave because I answered it? Yes, but a fat Santa always looks more legit. That's true, Parawayan. A fat Santa does look more legit. Best way is keto if you want to lose mass when you exercise. Yeah, I don't get the keto. That's a diet, isn't it? So Chris is prepping for Santa. Extra divorce. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you guys are funny. Okay. It's me again. Is he here again? And Charles Van Olsen, the voice of reason, has popped in. Cabello says, telling Pablo to relax. Yeah, Pablo needs to relax. Cholesterol is a myth. My diabetes is remission. LDL. Yeah, LDL is the good one, right? HDL is the bad one. LDL is the good cholesterol. Because genetically, my LDL is, I think it's that one, is always low. Always low. Even when I was real thin. And my cholesterol is well below 200. So, you know. My combined. So we know now Chris had nothing to do on 9/11. Rosalind, yeah, exactly. Nothing to do. Oh, my goodness. All right. Okay. Supernatural. Another thing I read in comments, no one is African, no one is European, no one is American. Look for scientific terms of skin colors. All right, Supernatural. Redacted did a whole week on it. My take, I don't know what he did a whole week on. What, keto? I can see other races laugh at Africans for victim mindset without me feeling. I laugh at a lot of people for victim mindset because what does victimization mindset get you? I mean, I could cry about my Irish ancestors being enslaved and bred with others in the Caribbean, cutting sugar. I can whine about the slavery of my Viking ancestors who were enslaved by other Vikings, by the way. I could whine about the fact that I grew up in poverty and that I was mistreated frequently as a child by society. But what does that get me other than welled up hatred? I could cry about how my life was threatened by a thuggish teenage black kid with a switchblade as he pinned me to the ground and cry about victimization. But what does that get me? Nothing but anguish and misery. Now, I'm not saying people should forget. I haven't forgot those incidents. All of them formed part of who I am. But I don't wallow in self-pity. I don't wallow. I seek to achieve. How I was done wrong by the Republican Party, it wasn't just me. It was the other candidates in the race. There were 5 of us. And they did this to screw 4 of us for one person that they wanted to win. And they lied to us and were dishonest. I'm not wallowing in that. I spent a small fortune. Well, I consider a small fortune. A lot of people go, that's nothing. Julius Malema, look how much I spent. And you go, it's nothing, man. I spend more money on Breitling watches. But I spent a small fortune in my mind and refused to take donations because I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it for money. I wasn't doing it for fame. I was doing it for helping people. And I could wallow in self-pity about how I got screwed. But I'm not. I haven't forgotten. But that doesn't form who I am going forward. I go forward. It's like Trump. 2020, you were screwed. Nothing you can do about it. It's over. Move on. He finally, after 3 years, moved on. Yep. Malcolm likes bunny chow. To me, it looks like rabbit food. Winners are those who turn misfortune into positive. That's right, it's me again. The winners are people who face adversity they stare adversity in the face and they survive. They're like a Timex. They take a licking and they keep on ticking. Matthew will be my campaign manager next time. I'm guaranteed to get fewer votes. Garrett says it's called integrity. But look at how Tyreek Hill was treated. Systemic problem, BLM. I think that you're being facetious, right, Pablo? Tyreek Hill, you're being facetious. I watched the video. Tyreek Hill was an arrogant asshat who endangered public safety, was disrespectful to law enforcement, who were polite to him, put the window back up, took it down, continued to talk on the phone when the officers were standing there to get his attention. Yeah, no, I know you're being facetious there. Or when peeling onions. What? Same as my house invasion. Cable tied, pillowcase over the head, thrown into the spare room. Others less fortunate. Oh my goodness, Nick. I didn't know about the home invasion. Save the bunnies in Springfield. Oh my goodness. Odin's Viking, yes. Tyreek deserved more than he got. Yeah, he's lucky, man. He got his black privilege. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, and he's running around crying racism. Now, shameful behavior by people like that. All they try to do is divide people. That's Teresa's how you treat a poor African. Tyreek is a prime example of never accountability for taking victim mindset cardholders. Exactly, Pablo. Spot on. Spot on, brother. It's exactly right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an interesting conversation thus far. 159 likes on today's video. Thank you for that. I suspect it's because people come in because Renaldo, the conversation was Renaldo. So, sorry, I've got some notes from people here I wasn't expecting to see. I was looking to see if someone else sent me one. I was just looking at my WhatsApp. Just looking at WhatsApp. Okay, so Erica says, you're not a victim of what life's thrown at you. You're a victor. Ah, thank you, Erica. That's well said. As are you, Erica. As are you. I don't know if you've ever done anything bad or evil or wrong. I don't know that you have. And I'm not accusing you of that. I'm just saying I don't know. I've known you for a few years. I've known you in person. You've been a gracious host. You've been a fantastic moderator and I dare say a friend. And what I know of you is you're a good, decent person. And I know that you face a lot of adversity in your life, including 2 strokes And you're like a Timex. You've taken a licking, and you keep on ticking. Well done. Wonder what Tyreek would be saying if a black cop... Well, it were two Hispanic cops. They weren't even white. Now, Hispanics are white, but we're told they're not white. They're their whole separate group. Some Hispanics are black and dark, but most consider themselves white, and some of them are whiter than I am. Look at Cameron Diaz. She's Hispanic. She's Cuban. She's Spanish. She's white. They were Hispanic cops, both of them. Yeah. So he wants to cry racism. I love it. Yeah, they do it when black cops do it too. By the way, the George Floyd situation, one white cop, one Asian cop, one Hispanic cop. Never mentioned that they're racism. Really? Okay. But when black cops shoot unarmed people by breaking into their home without a warrant, which we've seen videos of, and murder citizens claiming they were a threat instead of tasing them, there's no mention of it. Erica Rock says Malcolm. Malcolm, there you go, man. Good to see you there. How's the boat, man? Is the poo water any better in Durban? Cameron Diaz, hot mamacita Latino. Well, she was. I'm not so sure she's so hot anymore. I'll tell you somebody that's still attractive. Victoria Principal, she's still attractive. Yeah, it's the one. And what's the other one there? The English chick. What's her name? Jane Seymour. Yeah, Jane Seymour. She is still very attractive. It's like Barbara Eden. She was beautiful into her 80s, man. Some people just have the right genetics. Speaking of winners, overcoming traumas, I saw my psychiatrist today. He said my progress has been so good I should write a book. Well, Sylvester, that's incredible. Good news there. Thanks. I'm glad people are having good news today. Sometimes not by choice, especially when you're 4 to 6 years old, says Nick. Okay, they're up in Limpopo next to the Kruger. Try to visit as much as possible. All right. We went over 1,000 in this live stream so far. That's pretty awesome. I wasn't expecting that today. But please, Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah, I thought she was hot when she was younger. I'm not so. Listen, I mean, women can be attractive when they get older. But I mean, let's face it, human beings, we seem to be geared towards men, become more attractive. Not all, but become more attractive and appealing as they get older. I think it has a lot to do with historically, those were people who were powerful, and society just kind of geared towards that. And they were successful and powerful. That's why they live longer. And I think that women gravitated toward them because they were the people who had the resources and power. Just saying. I don't know. Seen Sharon Osbourne lately? No, I've never thought that woman was attractive. She always scared the bejesus out of me every time I saw her. Diane Lane. Yeah, there are some very attractive women who are getting up there in years. Sophia Loren was beautiful for, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Raquel Welch, same situation. I thought she was beautiful for a long time. Yep. Who's the one that, used to do stuff with Elvis back in the day in Vegas. What is her name? And all these others. She's that actress. She is very beautiful too. I can't think of her name right now. Anyway, but one of them, I thought Barbara Eden was an amazingly beautiful woman. So, yeah, Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek was beautiful when she's younger, Charles. I'm not convinced that's the case now. Why are we talking about the beauty of women now? We really got off track here. Stop hijacking the conversation, audience. This is my show. Well, Tiana, I'm not going to start naming hot men. I'm not going to do that. Although I think that Brad Pitt's just devastatingly handsome. Have you seen Marky Mark lately? Ooh. Got some good vibrations, excitations. His only hit. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. He's still a good-looking dude, man. Still a good-looking dude. Anyway, enough of that. I'm not talking about the beautiful men. Stop it. Enough. It's my Charles Nelson Riley. Witchy poo. All right, folks. I would love to stay with an audience this big, and you've been a fantastic audience. I've enjoyed the conversation, but I do need to address this issue where I took the phone call earlier, and time is limited. I only got so many hours to do this. Tomorrow, I will be broadcasting both Curry Cup semifinal games, first from Ellis Park in Johannesburg. Dangerous neighborhood if you've been there. But the semifinal between the Lions, the Golden Lions, hosting the Cheetahs, a team fortunate to be in the semifinal, who cocked up the entire second half of the Curry Cup season, finishing 5-4-1. So, Cheetahs, Lions. I predict the Lions victory. And then, following that, at Loftus Versfeld, the iconic rugby stadium located in Pretoria in the municipality of Tshwane, the mayor being Cilliers Brink for the moment from the Democratic Alliance. They're going to drop him too, even though he's one of the best people they have. So, Loftus Versfeld, the Blue Bulls, or as I say in German, the Blaubulle, taking on the Sharks, the Ascendant Sharks, who finished their season 6 wins, 3 losses, and a draw. Bearing in mind that the Sharks started their Curry Cup campaign with 3 losses, no victories. They score 6 wins and a draw to finish the season, including beating the Bulls in Durban this past weekend. That's tomorrow on Rugby Ascendant. Tune in for that, folks. USA is playing, I have to check whether they're playing tonight or tomorrow in Japan, and I might cover that as well. They're playing against Fiji. They're going to get crushed. Anyway, I'll wave if we get TV from Loftus. Debbie ate her bill tongue. She's going to get more for the Sharks game. I think the Lions will surprise many in the ORC. Possibly. Lee Lowe gave a final super chat here before we left. 35. Rand Lee, it's a super sticker. Thank you so much for that. Very sweet and lovely of you. Monray says, 85-year-old asks, which machine do I have to use to impress the girls? Well, see the ATM machine. And Margaret, thank you, Ents. And Margaret, what a stunningly beautiful woman. Thank you. That's who I couldn't remember. Getting old, man. Getting old. And Margaret, she was brilliant. Very beautiful woman. And Margaret, thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. By the way, I saw last night on Gareth Cliff's, the new network, whatever he's calling that. Gareth Cliff was talking about it's the 94th birthday of none other than Clint Eastwood. You know, I plumb got lost in the excitement of the moment. This is a .357 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world. It could blow you the back of your head clean off. In all this excitement, I plumb forgot how many rounds I fired. 5, 6. So, do you feel lucky, punk? Do you? Dirty Harry! Clint Eastwood, 94 years old. Congratulations. Anne Margaret is a Swedish-American actress, singer, and dancer. Spanning 7 decades, good taste. Yes, that's right. Very beautiful. Look, if she's available for a wedding, I'll be happy to marry her, and she can leave me her fortune. All right, folks. Charlene Tilton. Oh, she was on Dallas. Selling point, when one is blind, drunk, tune into Rugby Ascendant. You don't need your eyes. Oh, 44 Magnum. Sorry, you're right, Michael. Sorry. Yeah, I saw you got it. Yeah, 44 Magnum. It's not a 350, so you're right. 44 Magnum. But he did plumb forget, right? Rawhide. Yeah, that's right. Thank you for the correction, Michael. It's a 44 Magnum, most powerful handgun in the world. All right, that's it, folks. That thing is a cannon. Like, he pulls it out the barrels like down to here. It's like he's carrying a rifle in his pocket. I love that. I love how he gets shot and he gets a buckshot in the leg. He just kind of looks down at it. He just kind of brushes it off. And then the guy's laying on the ground. Hey, I gots to know. Click. That was so iconic. Wow, what a great flick. I love Dirty Harry. I got all of them. I got most of Clint Eastwood's early stuff, except the spaghetti westerns. I don't have those. We only need to have it change. What's this? We only have to have a chance to watch you now. Started from the beginning. Oh, okay. Hey, Petra, thanks for being here. I got to drop off. I've got to take care of some business. Thank you all so much. God bless. Have a good evening. And if anything breaks later on, I'll probably come back and do a video this evening. But short of that, thank you all so much. I'd like to get some steamed crabs today. It's Friday. I missed out. They had a big sale yesterday. I could have gotten them cheap. But I will try to get some crabs today if I can. But I got to take care of this other stuff. Be safe. Be well. Catch you next time. Cool beans. God bless. And yeah, please watch the video from the beginning. Be sure to hit the like button. We got a lot of likes. And thanks for the super chats, folks. You're all awesome. You're all awesome. And for those who disagree with me, welcome for being here. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Not everything we can agree with in life. Oftentimes we disagree. But we can be civil. God bless. Be safe out there. And good luck, South Africa. You got some challenges. And for the rest of you, have a lovely day.